The greatest power you have is the power to control your thoughts. Napoleon Hill. Let that sink in. Not your circumstances, not your background, not your bank account. Your thoughts are the real battlefield. Because in the quiet war between who you are and who you could become, your mind is both the weapon and the battlefield. Every empire, every breakthrough, every revolution started not with action, but with a thought someone dared to believe. And yet, most people lose the war before it even begins. Not because they lack talent, but because they surrender their thoughts to fear. Think about it. How many days have you woken up already defeated by your own inner voice? This day will be hard. I'm not good enough. What's the point? Those aren't just passing thoughts. They are the architects of your reality. They build or they break. They open doors or slam them shut. Napoleon Hill reminded us, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But what if you never take control of what your mind is conceiving in the first place? What if the blueprint you've been living by is a lie rooted in fear, not faith? Here's the truth. You will never live beyond the boundaries of your most dominant thoughts. If you think small, you act small. If you expect failure, you invite it. But if you dare to think boldly, if you command your thoughts with discipline, your world will start to follow suit. We've been taught to fix the outside, chase status, chase success, chase approval. But the true battle is internal. Control the narrative in your mind, and you control the direction of your life. So stop letting your thoughts bully you. Stop handing over the keys to your future every time fear knocks on your mental door. You are the gatekeeper. And when you take full control of your thoughts, you don't just change your day, you change your destiny. Without this control, external actions like setting goals feel hollow, like building a house on sand that crumbles at the first sign of trouble. So, why aren't you controlling your thoughts right now? Perhaps you're waiting for external motivation, hoping that perfect moment or some outside validation will magically align your mind. This passive approach lets negative thoughts, like the fear of judgment, take the wheel, steering you towards self-sabotage and away from progress. It's easy to fall into that trap, thinking, once I get that promotion or that relationship, then I'll feel positive. But that day never comes. Then there's the failure to decide on your mindset, wavering between optimism and pessimism, which scatters your focus and leaves you paralyzed. You might second guess your abilities constantly, turning a simple decision into a mental battlefield where clarity is the first casualty. This indecisiveness breeds a scattered mind, preventing the laser-sharp focus needed to move forward in life. And don't overlook the deep-seated fears that manifest as uncontrolled thoughts, like the terror of failure whispering, "What if I can't handle this?" These patterns of catastrophic thinking erode your confidence, trapping you in a loop of doubt that feels impossible to escape. Fear of change can dominate your thoughts, making you hesitate when opportunities arise, turning potential victories into regrets. But what if I told you the solution is simpler than you think? Immediate thought control. By actively directing your thoughts, even if it's imperfect at first, you generate a wave of mental momentum that propels you forward. For example, swap out a defeating thought like, "I can't do this," with "I can learn and adapt," and watch how it ripples into clearer decisions and lasting motivation. This isn't about ignoring reality. It's about choosing which thoughts empower you to face it head on. Building mental decisiveness means making firm choices about your thoughts without delay, turning hesitation into action. Try challenging irrational thoughts on the spot. Ask yourself, is this true or just my fear talking? And you'll foster a proactive mindset. Practicing the first mental shift is as easy as pausing right now to reframe a negative idea. No perfect conditions required, just your willingness to start. Just as exercise builds physical strength, repeated mental shifts build cognitive mastery, one thought at a time. Now, let's talk about overcoming hesitation and fear through this mastery. Facing fear head on involves reframing those scary thoughts, using techniques like visualization to imagine success instead of doom. Question your assumptions. When you think, I'll fail miserably, ask, what evidence do I have for that? And watch its power diminish. Stories abound of people who turned anxiety into triumph by controlling their mental narrative, like the athlete who visualized victory to conquer nerves. It's not about avoiding fear. It's about meeting it with a mind that's prepared and resilient. And remember, learning through mental setbacks is crucial. Those slips into negativity aren't failures, but chances to grow stronger. When you analyze a negative thought and redirect it, you're building resilience, turning what could be a defeat into a stepping stone. Each time you do this, you reinforce your mental strength, making it easier to handle future challenges with grace. True progress comes from cultivating self-discipline in your thoughts, not just in your actions. Discipline is the engine that drives mental mastery, contrasting the chaos of reactive thinking with the calm of intentional focus. Without it, your thoughts react to every circumstance, like a ship tossed by waves, but with discipline, you steer steadily toward your goals. Start building positive mental habits today, such as beginning your day with gratitude journaling to set a positive tone. Dedicate just 5 to 10 minutes to monitor and redirect your thoughts, turning it into a daily ritual that reinforces control. Affirmations can be powerful. Repeat phrases like, I am capable and strong to override old, limiting beliefs. Meditation offers a simple way to maintain focus, helping you observe thoughts without being swept away by them. These habits compound over time, creating a reliable inner world where positivity thrives. As you develop clear vision and goals through thought control, you'll see how your mindset fuels everything. Goals aren't just tasks, they're mental motivators, powered by controlled thoughts that keep you focused and energized. Visualize success vividly, filling your mind with affirmative images of achievement, and watch how it transforms abstract dreams into tangible realities. A positive mindset directs your efforts, turning obstacles into opportunities rather than dead ends. To take the next steps, first align your thoughts. Break down a big goal into daily mental wins, like affirming your progress each morning. Then, translate that into actionable steps, using tools like a thought tracking journal to spot and clear mental roadblocks. For instance, if your goal is to start a new career, begin by thinking, I have the skills to succeed, and build from there with concrete plans. This alignment ensures forward momentum, preventing the mental pitfalls that derail so many. Remember, every great accomplishment starts with a thought, and controlling that thought is where your power lies. As we wrap this up, let's reaffirm the core idea. The greatest power you have is the power to control your thoughts, for they shape all actions, emotions, and outcomes. Just as Marcus Aurelius taught, you have power over your mind, not outside events. This truth echoes through every success story. Motivation and achievement don't come from waiting. They follow from mastering your thoughts first. Think back to where we started, with that universal emotional truth that resonates in our quest for transformation. You felt it, that spark when a positive thought breaks through the noise, lighting the path ahead. Now, it's time to make that spark a flame. My call to action is simple. Start today by identifying one negative thought that's holding you back and reframing it into something empowering. Right now, in this moment, pause and do it. Say to yourself, I choose to control this thought and move forward. Feel the shift, that immediate sense of liberation as you reclaim your mental space. Remember, every journey begins with a single, controlled thought, and from there, the possibilities are endless. Seize this power. It's yours to command. Imagine waking up tomorrow with a mind that's clear, focused, and ready to conquer whatever comes your way. That's the transformation waiting for you, just beyond the barrier of uncontrolled thoughts. Don't let fear or doubt steal another day. Take charge now. As you practice this daily, you'll notice small victories adding up, building a life of purpose and fulfillment. You're not alone in this. Millions have harnessed this power to change their lives, and so can you. Let this be the turning point where you decide that your thoughts no longer control you. You control them. Embrace the strength within and watch as your world transforms in ways you never thought possible. Remember, the greatest power is within you, waiting to be unleashed through the mastery of your mind. So, go forth with this truth. Control your thoughts, and you control your destiny. Let me share a powerful truth that has changed lives. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve, as Napoleon Hill once said. This isn't just a clever quote, it's the foundation of true power. Imagine starting your day with thoughts like, I'm not good enough, or this will never work. These thoughts create a fog of doubt that clouds your every decision. They lead to hesitation, anxiety, and a life of unfulfilled potential. But here's the key. You have the power to change that. Controlling your thoughts isn't about ignoring reality. It's about shaping it. Without mastering your inner world, external actions fall flat. Think of high achievers who crumble under stress because their minds are unchecked, or everyday people who dream big but never start, trapped by mental barriers. The need for change is urgent. Your thoughts dictate your emotions, decisions, and outcomes. It's time to stop waiting for the world to fix itself and take control from within. Many people fall into the trap of waiting for external motivation. They believe positive thoughts will just appear when the timing is right. But that's a myth that keeps you stuck in negativity. Fear of judgment creeps in, whispering doubts that halt your progress. This passive approach leads to self-sabotage and endless inaction. Indecisiveness in your mindset only worsens the problem. Wavering between optimism and pessimism scatters your focus. You second-guess your abilities, creating a mental chaos that blocks clear decisions. Deep-seated fears amplify this, turning thoughts into a battlefield. Fear of failure makes you imagine the worst, like, what if I fail and lose everything? This catastrophic thinking erodes your confidence and traps you in doubt. Uncertainty becomes a constant companion, halting any forward movement. The solution lies in immediate thought control. It's your way out. Start by directing your thoughts, even if it's imperfect at first. Replace I can't do this with I can learn and adapt, and feel the shift. This simple act creates momentum, turning doubt into energy. Building mental decisiveness is crucial. Make firm choices about your thoughts now. Challenge irrational ideas and affirm positives to stay proactive. Don't wait for ideal conditions. Practice your first mental shift right here. Pause for a moment. Reframe a negative thought you're having now. Just as exercise builds physical strength, repeated mental shifts build mastery. Facing fear head-on is the next step in this journey. Use techniques like visualization to reframe those fearful thoughts. Question your assumptions. Is this fear based on fact or just habit? Stories of transformation show how this works. Think of someone who turned anxiety into action. By controlling your mental narrative, you erode fear's power quickly. Learning from mental setbacks is equally important. When you slip into negativity, see it as a chance to grow. Analyze what triggered it and redirect your thoughts with intention. These failures build resilience, turning them into stepping stones. Over time, this mastery strengthens your mind for any challenge. Now, let's talk about cultivating self-discipline in your thoughts. True discipline starts inside. It's not just about emotions or habits. Undisciplined thinking reacts to circumstances, keeping you in chaos. But disciplined practices, like daily mindfulness, create a positive inner world. Building positive mental habits is key to long-term success. Start your day with gratitude journaling to set a positive tone. Use affirmations to reinforce your control, saying things like, I am capable and focused. Dedicate just 5 to 10 minutes daily to monitor and redirect your thoughts. This consistency turns thought control into a reliable skill. Moving forward, developing clear vision and goals through thought control is essential. Your goals thrive on a positive mindset. It directs your focus and sustains effort. Visualize success with vivid, affirmative thoughts to make it real. For example, picture yourself achieving that dream, feeling the emotions deeply. Align your thoughts first. Break down big goals into mental wins. Affirm progress daily to keep momentum going. Use a thought tracking journal to spot and clear mental roadblocks. This alignment turns abstract ideas into actionable steps. Remember, every great achievement begins with a controlled thought. In conclusion, the greatest power you have is indeed the power to control your thoughts. They shape your reality, preceding every action and outcome. As we echoed from the start, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you'll find the strength to transform your life. Motivation and success follow from mastered thoughts, not the other way around. So, here's your call to action. Start today with one small step. Identify a negative thought right now and reframe it positively. Make this a habit and watch as your world begins to shift. Seize your greatest power, control your thoughts, and unlock the life you deserve. Let me begin with a powerful quote from Napoleon Hill. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. This simple truth reminds us that our thoughts are the architects of our reality. But how often do we let negative thoughts take the wheel, steering us into doubt and hesitation? Picture this. You wake up in the morning, and the first thought that hits you is, I'm not good enough for this day. That single idea can spiral into a full day of anxiety, missed opportunities, and unfulfilled potential. It's a common struggle, one that many face without realizing the power they hold to change it. The problem isn't the world around us. It's the uncontrolled chatter in our minds. We get trapped in cycles of self-doubt, where thoughts like, this will never work, become self-fulfilling prophecies. Even when opportunities knock, we hesitate, paralyzed by mental rumination. High achievers often share stories of how overwhelming doubt derailed their progress, despite their talents. Everyday people dream big but never act, because their thoughts whisper lies of failure. This is why controlling your thoughts isn't just helpful, it's essential for any real success. Without mastering your inner narrative, external actions like setting goals feel empty and ineffective. Your thoughts dictate your emotions, decisions, and ultimately, your outcomes. So, the need for change starts right here, in the quiet space of your mind. If you're waiting for external motivation to fix your thoughts, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Many believe that positive thinking will just happen on its own, like waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But that passivity allows fear and negativity to dominate. leading to inaction and self-sabotage. For instance, you might dream of starting a new project, but thoughts of judgment from others hold you back. This false reliance on outside forces keeps your mind scattered and unfocused. Another reason you're not in control is the failure to decide on your mindset. Wavering between optimism and pessimism creates a mental fog that paralyzes decision making. Think about second guessing your abilities. It's like trying to drive with one foot on the brake. This indecision scatters your energy, preventing the focus needed to move forward. Deep down, fear and uncertainty are the real culprits behind uncontrolled thoughts. Fears of failure or change manifest as catastrophic thinking, like, what if everything falls apart? These mental patterns erode your confidence, trapping you in a cycle of doubt and hesitation. Without addressing them, you're destined to repeat the same mistakes over and over. The solution lies in immediate thought control, a skill you can start building right now. By actively directing your thoughts, you generate mental momentum that leads to positive energy. For example, replace "I can't do this" with "I can learn and adapt," and feel the shift in your mindset. This simple act creates a ripple effect, making your decisions clearer and your motivation stronger. Building mental decisiveness means making firm choices about your thoughts without delay. Challenge irrational thoughts head on, affirming positive ones to foster a proactive mindset. Don't wait for ideal conditions. Start with a small exercise, like reframing a negative thought in this moment. Just as physical exercise builds habits, repeated mental shifts will lead to cognitive mastery. Remember, you don't need perfection. Every small win counts. Now, let's talk about overcoming hesitation and fear through thought mastery. Facing fear head on means reframing those scary thoughts before they take root. Use techniques like visualization. Picture yourself succeeding and watch your anxiety fade. Question your assumptions. Ask, is this fear based on facts or just my imagination? Stories abound of people who turned anxiety into action by controlling their mental narrative. One individual might have dreaded public speaking, but by reframing it as an opportunity, they thrived. Learning through mental setbacks is key. Even slips into negativity are chances to grow. When you falter, analyze the thought, redirect it, and build resilience from the experience. These setbacks become stepping stones, strengthening your mental fortitude for the long haul. True self-discipline starts with controlling your thoughts, not just your actions or emotions. Without it, you're reactive to circumstances, tossed around by every negative wave. But with disciplined thinking, you create a reliable, positive inner world that drives progress. Building positive mental habits is the next step. Start your day with gratitude journaling. Write down 3 things you're thankful for and watch how it shifts your mindset. Set daily affirmations like, I am capable and resilient, to reinforce control. Dedicate 5 to 10 minutes to meditation, monitoring and redirecting your thoughts as they arise. These practices ensure consistent mental progress, turning discipline into a natural habit. Over time, you'll notice how this self-discipline transforms every area of your life. Developing clear vision and goals begins with thought control as your foundation. Crystal clear goals are fueled by a positive mindset, directing your focus and sustaining effort. Visualize success with vivid, affirmative thoughts. See yourself achieving that dream job or relationship. This mental clarity turns abstract goals into achievable realities. To take the next steps, first align your thoughts. Break down big goals into daily mental wins. For example, affirm your progress each morning and track your thoughts in a journal. This prevents mental roadblocks and keeps you moving forward with purpose. Remember, Your thoughts are the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. In conclusion, the greatest power you have is indeed the power to control your thoughts. They shape your actions, emotions, and outcomes, making them the true foundation of success. Echoing Napoleon Hill, realize that what your mind conceives and believes, you can achieve. So, start today, identify one negative thought, and reframe it right now. Seize this power, control your thoughts, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined. Let me begin with a powerful truth that has guided countless individuals toward their greatest achievements. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve, as Napoleon Hill so wisely stated. This isn't just a clever saying. It's the foundation of true power, the ability to shape your reality from within. Imagine for a moment the chaos of uncontrolled thoughts, those nagging doubts that whisper, "You're not good enough," turning every opportunity into a source of anxiety. Picture waking up each day with a mind clouded by fear, where every decision feels like a battle against invisible forces. This is the reality for many, a cycle of mental rumination that leads to hesitation, stress, and unfulfilled dreams. But here's the turning point. You hold the greatest power of all, the power to control your thoughts and break free from this trap. Without mastering your inner world, external actions like setting goals or chasing success remain fragile, easily derailed by negative self-talk. Think about high achievers who crumble under pressure because their thoughts betray them, or everyday people who never pursue their passions due to overwhelming doubt. The need for change is urgent. It's not about waiting for the world to shift, but about seizing control of your mind right now. Remember, your thoughts dictate your emotions, decisions, and ultimately, your destiny. Make them your ally, not your enemy. So, why aren't you controlling your thoughts right now? Often, it's because you're waiting for external motivation to kick in. You might think that positive feelings will arrive on their own, like waiting for the perfect moment or a sign from the universe. But this passive approach only allows negative thoughts to take root, such as the fear of judgment that keeps you from speaking up or taking risks. It's a form of self-sabotage, where inaction becomes a habit and your potential gathers dust. Another reason is the failure to decide on your mindset. You waver between optimism and pessimism, leaving your mind scattered and unfocused. For instance, second-guessing your abilities in a key moment can turn a simple decision into a paralyzing ordeal. This indecisiveness robs you of mental clarity, making it impossible to move forward with confidence. Deep down, fear and uncertainty play a massive role, manifesting as thoughts like, "What if I fail?" that loop endlessly. These catastrophic thoughts erode your self-efficacy, trapping you in a cycle of doubt that feels inescapable. The truth is, without confronting these patterns, you'll continue to let fear dictate your life, holding you back from the success you deserve. Now, let's turn to the solution. Immediate thought control is your path to freedom and empowerment. Start by actively directing your thoughts, even if it's imperfect at first. Replace "I can't do this" with "I can learn and adapt," and feel the shift. This simple act generates mental momentum, creating a ripple effect that clears the fog of negativity. Building mental decisiveness means making firm choices about what you allow in your mind, without delay or excuse. Challenge irrational thoughts head on. Ask yourself, is this really true, or just a story I'm telling myself? By doing so, you foster a proactive mindset that prevents mental drift and keeps you aligned with your goals. Practicing the first mental shift is easier than you think. Right now, pause and reframe a negative thought that's lingering in your mind. You don't need ideal conditions, just a willingness to start, because repeated mental shifts build cognitive mastery over time. Remember, just as physical exercise strengthens your body, this mental practice will fortify your resolve. Take that first step today and watch how it transforms your energy and focus almost instantly. Overcoming hesitation and fear begins with thought mastery, facing those fears head on rather than avoiding them. Use techniques like visualization to reframe fearful thoughts. Picture yourself succeeding despite the obstacles and feel the anxiety fade. Question your assumptions: is that worst case scenario truly likely, or just a product of your imagination? Stories abound of people who turn their lives around by controlling their mental narrative, like the athlete who visualized victory and shattered records. Each time you confront a fear, you erode its power, replacing hesitation with bold action. Learning through mental setbacks is crucial. When you slip into negativity, don't see it as failure, but as a chance to grow. Analyze what triggered that thought, then redirect it towards something positive, building resilience with every iteration. These setbacks become stepping stones, strengthening your mental muscles for long-term mastery. Over time, this process turns what was once a weakness into your greatest strength. Embrace the discomfort, for it's the forge where true mental power is born. Cultivating self-discipline in your thoughts is the true key to unlocking your potential. It's not just about controlling emotions or habits. It's about creating a disciplined inner world that drives real progress. Contrast undisciplined thinking, reacting to every circumstance with knee-jerk negativity, with the calm focus of daily mindfulness. When your thoughts are disciplined, they become a reliable foundation, shielding you from external chaos. Building positive mental habits starts small. Begin with gratitude journaling each morning, noting 3 things you're thankful for. Set daily affirmations that reinforce your control, like, I am the master of my thoughts and my destiny. Dedicate just 5 to 10 minutes a day to monitor and redirect your thoughts, turning it into a non-negotiable routine. Over weeks, these habits compound, creating a positive feedback loop that makes discipline second nature. Remember, self-discipline in your mind is the engine that powers every other aspect of your life. Commit to it fully, and you'll find that your thoughts no longer control you, you control them. Developing clear vision and goals through thought control is where your dreams become tangible reality. Goals aren't just about action, they're fueled by a positive mindset that directs your focus and sustains your effort. Visualize your success with vivid, affirmative thoughts. See yourself achieving that goal, feeling the triumph in every detail. This mental clarity transforms abstract aspirations into achievable steps, making the impossible feel within reach. To align your thoughts with your goals, start by breaking them down into mental wins, like affirming your progress daily. Then, turn those into actionable steps, ensuring your thoughts propel you forward rather than holding you back. Use a thought tracking journal to monitor your mental state, noting any roadblocks and reframing them on the spot. This practice maintains forward momentum, preventing negative thoughts from derailing your vision. With controlled thoughts, your goals become not just possibilities, but certainties waiting to unfold. Harness this power, and you'll navigate life's challenges with unwavering determination. In conclusion, let me reaffirm the core idea. The greatest power you have is the power to control your thoughts. They are the precursors to every action, emotion, and outcome in your life, shaping your reality in profound ways. As we echoed at the beginning, you have power over your mind, not outside events, and in realizing this, you find unbreakable strength. Motivation and success don't come from external sources. They flow from a mastered mind, guiding you toward your true potential. Without this control, you'll remain at the mercy of fleeting thoughts, but with it, you can overcome any obstacle. So here's your call to action. Start today, right this very moment, by identifying one negative thought and reframing it into something empowering. Don't wait for tomorrow or a better day. Seize this power now and feel the immediate difference. Make it a habit to pause, reflect, and redirect whenever doubt creeps in. Remember, every great achievement begins with a single controlled thought. Challenge yourself to practice this daily and watch as your life begins to transform in ways you never imagined. You're not defined by your circumstances. You're defined by your thoughts, so make them count. Go forth with this newfound awareness and let your controlled thoughts lead you to the success and fulfillment you deserve. The journey starts within, and with each mastered thought, you're one step closer to your best self. Finally, embrace this truth. Control your thoughts, and you control your world.